Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, we hear the promise of economic empowerment frequently, but what can we really do to balance the scales and create a more equal nation? Founder of the Sparrow Society, Senekal, is on a mission to do just that through skills development and job creation. Now she leads a group of empowered creatives who are making beautiful products for a great cause. Welcome to the Loft, Kate.
Thank you.
Firstly, the Sparrow Society. What a great name. How did it come about?
Well, in business, they teach you to kind of find a gap in the market and create a product or create a service to fill that gap. So I've just tweaked it slightly to where you find the gap in society, look at whatever issues are around you. If nothing's being done about it or if little is being done about it, then use your skills, your network to help fill that gap, to bridge that gap in society. So with Sparrow Society, I was a photographer and graphic designer, and I was studying part-time as well. And as part of my studies, I had to do a research project on poverty in South Africa. And as part of that, I visited skills development organizations. Most of them were doing sewing. That's kind of what many ladies wanted to do in the community, so that's what they were teaching. But what they found were that they would go through this training process, learn this new skill, but because the textile mills and manufacturing in South Africa has pretty much disappeared, they still weren't able to find work. So they had this new skill, but no jobs afterwards. So they would go back to cleaning houses or being unemployed. And so that really challenged me in thinking about how I could use my background in design and the network that I had already created to create a product that they could sew to kind of bridge the gap between their skill and the market. So we started there. We started just partnering with these skills development organizations, getting them to make products that have bold designs but are simple and easy to make. And then I would just bridge them into markets and stores across South Africa that would sell them.
It's genius. So these are the products that you've made. So where do you find these people? How do they become part of the Sparrow Society? And are you upping their skill set as well?
Yes, so we find them through the partnerships that we've made with these skills development organizations. So we still partner that way, but we also have a mentorship program at our little place in Muizenberg. So these are really people who have gone through those skills development organizations, but show an additional skill, an additional promise. They really have what it takes to take their skill further, even start their own business, start their own fashion line. They come and work with me in Muizenberg, and they learn every part of the business. So they learn business skills, sales skills, how to price their product, all kinds of stuff. So we kind of work in several different ways, but that's really exciting, getting to work side by side with them on designs and sewing and new products and things like that.
Why do you think economic empowerment is such a must for all South Africans?
Well, South Africa is consistently one of the most unequal countries in the world, and you really have it. It's literally across the road. So you have fabulous wealth and just extreme poverty right next to each other. And I really believe that that's the root of so many other issues in South Africa. And it's easy for us to complain about the crime or complain about the destruction of families and kids running around. But really, I mean, it's up to us to do something about it. It's easy for us to blame the government, but we, as the people of South Africa, as human beings, have a responsibility to other human beings to make sure that we all have equal access to that opportunity.
Exactly. Now, you support fair trade. What exactly does that mean, and why is it so important in this kind of instance?
So fair trade is becoming more and more popular. Consumers are wanting more and more fair trade things because we're aware of what's happening overseas. We're aware of the sweatshops where so many of our products are made. And what fair trade is you're not only offering a fair wage to the people who sew the products as well. All of our bags are made from 100% cotton canvas made in South Africa. And what that allows us to do is to make sure that every part of the bag, even the materials that it's made from, are made ethically. And this company as well also has an economic empowerment kind of aspect in making the fabrics, which just makes it that much more appealing.
So as you said, it's all done ethically. What would an ethical business model look like?
So you would have to draw a line between what's ethical and what's legal. So I know a lot of new businesses try to, they just want to tick all the legal boxes, make sure they're paying minimum wage, make sure they're following the labor laws, those kinds of things. And that's great. We don't want to have slave labor. But at the same time, it's not enough. The minimum wage, unfortunately, isn't realistic. It's not livable. And for us to expect someone to work for us and not to earn a livable wage, isn't right. So just because it's legal doesn't mean it's ethical. And an ethical business really takes that extra step to make sure that your people are looked after. And it doesn't have to, a lot of people think that if you kind of focus on that, if you focus on the people part, then your profits will fall, but it's not necessarily true.
How do you keep that up, though? That's quite a challenge, no?
Well, if your employees are happy, then your customers go across to the clients.
And that shows in the work, I suppose, as well.
Exactly, and in the quality of the work. We really push quality and consistency. And so if the creators aren't being paid properly and aren't looked after, then the quality is going to suffer. So it allows us to create a product that is high quality, it's consistent. But it was really important to me to have other South Africans as a part of this, for us to be helping each other, to be a part of our community. So you know that you're buying a bag that's not helping someone on the other side of the world, but it's actually providing a great job for someone who actually could be right across the road from you. And I think it's important that we work together and we stick together to help make things better.
Absolutely. I always admire women who go into business like yourself, and I find you very brave, especially what you've done. But if you could look back on and give yourself any kind of advice, what would that be?
Well, when I started, I knew it was going to be hard. I had no idea how hard. I mean, I had some days that I actually just wanted to curl into a ball and cry. But you can't. And if you stay focused on your purpose and your calling and whatever it is that's driving you, if you stay focused on that instead of whatever or whoever it is telling you that you can't do it, then you actually can make a difference. And you just have to put your big girl panties on, get to work, do the work, and get it done.
Well, you really are doing amazing work. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And, of course, to all of the women who support you and work with you as well. Thank you so much. Now,